So this kind of way of responding to music was a way of opening that door to gestures that you wouldn't necessarily make on the surface of a drawing if you were consciously seeing what was happening. If you imagine kind of repeating this same mark over and over again to build up this place or this map, I see them as kind of 2D flat landscapes almost. These kind of abstract maps that we're building with little marks acting as little villages or houses or figures. So you're creating these playful worlds that are kind of odd and abstract. What happens is you get 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 artists coming together to work on these drawings. By the time you come to the editing stage, you might be faced with marks of other people as well as your own. You're then negotiating with the other artists what's happening on the drawing. You're free to add parts of your own in the same way that they are free to take away bits of your drawings. It's like this trade-off that's going on, but through the conversation of mark making rather than any discussion. One of the artists I've been collaborating with before he came to my session hadn't found his own way of working, his own artistic practice, and as a result of this, he's now found his own line of inquiry that he's developing separate to my workshop session, and he's run with it and he's away with it, and that to me is as much a success of this body of work as the drawings themselves. In November 2019, when I first started this, it was working great. But then, due to the first lockdown in March 2020, it was kind of, how do I rejig this whole project through a Zoom setup in a kind of lockdown situation? At some point, we'll be able to take those drawings and switch them all around between artists and then respond to other people's drawings. That's kind of looking forward once we can meet and swap drawings around again.
This is not a response to a global pandemic. These aren't lockdown drawings. I'm looking at the influence of lockdown and the pandemic as a new set of parameters in which to guide the work and guide the drawings. What's important to recognise about working with adult artists with learning disabilities is that my practice has been a response to the potential that I've seen in their mark making, their drawing ability, and also the way they express themselves so freely. It's a shared experience. Yes, I'm inviting them to collaborate, but by the same token, they're welcoming me into their practice. The more I talk to other people about it, you can see how their confidence just bursts into the drawings. Every time they get feedback, it comes out in the next drawing. The guys at ArtWorks who I've worked with for a long time, I know they would absolutely thrive on that immediate feedback and interaction with a wider field of people. So I think that's why it's really, really important to have a space to open this first-hand engagement and keep helping them develop as artists in their own right.